Yes. Now think about tomatoes. It's fun because you get everybody's opinion on tomatoes. It's very...
How would I describe Anthony? Anthony makes coffee nervous. You know, he's a nervous Nelly. It's not a crime, it's just what it is. We get into some of the situation on the way here. It was like a planes, trains, automobiles moment. We had a flat tire, it took about 3 hours. There we are on the side of the interstate. Cars going past us 80 miles an hour, and he's lecturing me while I'm on hold with AAA about how it's a bad system to put air into tires. It's doomed. It's bound to fail. Bound to fail. What are we doing? Putting air in tires?
I've been Tony's right-hand guy for about 10 years now. We're like one of those great classic teams like Mozart and Mozart's friend. No, he's like Mozart. I'm like Butch Cassidy. You mess with Mozart, you get a bullet in the head, courtesy of Butch Cassidy.
Perfect for Laura. I guess Laura's perfect for him too. You know, semi-tall, semi-perfect. Wears the suit well, very well, and really loves movies. Always loves movies, and apparently down for Parks and Rec every now and again.
Tall, lanky, and focused on videography, and that he has his own podcast and he loves movies.
Anthony, I met through Laura, and I'm very excited because he's adorable and like the most dad energy you'll ever meet out of somebody. He's just missing the fanny pack. I like Anthony for Laura. Obviously, I love Laura. I was engaged to her first. Do never forget that, Anthony. I just want to make that clear here, okay? We're still engaged, even after you're married.
He's definitely a good guy. I've always enjoyed talking to him about baseball and different sports. He's a Cowboys fan, so a little knock on him there, but won't hold that to him too much. Plus his sister's real fine, so can't complain.
He is one of the most kind and genuine people you'll ever meet. He's a Cardinals fan. I don't know what that's about, but I mean, I guess that's a good thing.
He straight up loves St. Louis. How weird is that? When I first heard him, I was like, what? Tell me the backstory. Like, you're straight up from Pennsylvania, no one vacations in St. Louis.
I remember the first time Anthony told me there was a girl he liked. You know, he kept calling me and texting me for ideas and pointers, and I kept, giving him all this advice, and, I encouraged him to be himself and to put himself out there and to really go for it. Maybe she'd like him too. Turns out she didn't, but then he met Laura and everything was great.
Laura?
Hey.
How do you know the bride?
I mean, she lives in my head and she says things to me. She talks to me.
Laura is the perfect antidote to Anthony's craziness. That's how I'd put it.
She is a delightful human being who is quirky, and she has a passion for helping people, and she's the coolest kid you'll ever meet.
All right, now everybody, go!
Laura's amazing. She is one of the most compassionate and selfless people that you'll meet. She's always serving, always giving everything 100%, and so just incredibly creative, and yeah, just an incredible person.
I met Laura with Tony one night at B-Dubs. We had dinner. She didn't say much, but you knew she was thinking something.
Super sweet, super kind. They're very quiet, but they're just very servant heart, and they're very godly, and I loved having conversations with them at church, and we went camping with them, which was fun, so got to know them a lot better there.
quiet, reserved. Of course, I'm totally wrong about that now. I didn't know how lively she was before. Yeah.
Shorter than Anthony, which is saying something. Really good with sewing. She made her own wedding dress apparently, and I thought it was cool. I don't know what he thought. It doesn't really matter anyways. But yeah, nice, sweet, fiery spirit. Also very adventurous, oddly enough.
Our next award goes to someone who really lights up the office. So, our next award goes to our very own Andrew Horton. Come on down for the Movie Night Buddy Extraordinaire Award. And also just because he's so incredibly good looking.
Thanks, Mom.
All right. All right. Woo! All right. Our next award goes to the best man of the night. Bestest Mensch Award goes to our own Daniel Watkins. Come on down. Come on down. There you go. Callie, display that.
What a mensch. What a mensch.
Yeah, the bestest mensch. I mean, that is me, I guess. It's not the hottest in the office award like Skippy got, but I'll take it. It means a lot. I mean, does it make me better than anyone else? It's not really for me to say, but yeah, it does.
Do it!
Husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church. Therefore be imitators of God as beloved children, and walk in love, as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God.
I first met Laura when she showed up at our church. Laura had moved out to Pennsylvania from Missouri, working with Sight and Sound, and one of our past members had moved from Pennsylvania to Missouri, and he said, hey, when you get to Pennsylvania, you got a church to check out. So she showed up, and we'd had a little bit of a heads up, got to chat with her. Because of her background in missions, we just had a ton of fun stuff we could relate to. My wife is a Philippine citizen, so the idea of cross-cultural, what it's like to settle in the U.S. when you're not totally fitting, we just had a blast. So she was a fun member of our church, and then when she met Anthony, she started dragging him out as well, and then we've had dinner at their house and them over to our place, and my wife and I have really enjoyed hanging out with them as a couple and just getting to know the uniqueness of who they are. Praise his name, I'm fixed upon it, name of God's redeeming love. Will you love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto her, as long as you both shall live?
I will.
I will.
I, Anthony Watkins.
I, Anthony Watkins.
Actually, let me keep this here. In the presence of God and these witnesses.
In the presence of God and these witnesses.
Take you, Laura Cook.
Take you, Laura Cook.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
I pledge to you my faithfulness.
I pledge to you my faithfulness.
Until death do us part.
Until death do us part.
It is my distinct honor and joy to present to you, for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Anthony Watkins.
I don't know. I think I fell asleep standing, so I think it was standard. No, I didn't realize they didn't kiss at the end, but sure, we'll get it later, I guess.
Crazy story from bride or groom. I tried to feed Anthony potatoes one time because I thought they were his favorite. Forgot about his allergy.
Within the first like 3 months of us dating, he threw up 3 or 4 different times, partly because he's allergic to potatoes and he kept eating things with potatoes in them.
I'm allergic to peanut butter and I'm allergic to potatoes, so I avoid that at all costs because things can get very violent very fast if I eat those things. So
we got to know each other really well through work. We would be in the 65-foot lift for a lot of changeover. So you're in this little box, and all I got is Tony to talk to. But we became really good friends through just being really close and intimate with one another because that's what the job required. Couldn't have made it through a lot of time at work without him. So he's been a good friend.
I kidnapped him once. He didn't want to come out and hang out, so our third friend and I, we drove to the house, came inside, opened the door, went up to his room, paper bag on his head, took him outside. We quickly realized that, take off the bag, you're in traffic, that could get dicey. But yeah, we kidnapped him one night. That was good. That was some fun.
I was FaceTiming Anthony one day. He was helping her move, like a good chap that he is. And there's this creepy looking painting in the background, really spooky. The eye, ones where the eyes follow you around, one of those things. And I commented on it, and I was like, that's a creepy looking painting, wow. Then she chimes in the background saying, that's my dead grandmother, or something like that. And that's the first real impression I have, I guess, of Laura, yeah. Well, I think we're okay today, but yeah, I didn't call the next few days after that, just,
So funny story. She invited me on a float trip, and then I invited her on a float trip, both thinking that we were going to invite other people, but we ended up alone floating down a river. It wasn't romantic at all, thankfully, because she ended up with Anthony.
Laura, I am busting proud of you. My little sweet pea. I still remember you chasing the monkeys away from the buffet table at the lodge in Botswana at the age of 4. She's my little justice hound. She didn't want the monkeys to eat any of the food. But I don't think there's any monkeys here today, so you can relax, okay? Anthony, in the past few years, you probably noticed that necklace around Laura's neck with the inscription, "He who holds the key can unlock my heart." Today, I give you that key. There will be loose gravel ahead. I can guarantee that. and flat tires as well. And may the Lord bless you abundantly and watch over you all the days of your life. To Mr. and Mrs. Anthony Watkins.
When Laura told me she was dating somebody, I got very excited. And when I met Anthony, I knew right away that he was going to be good for her. There's not a doubt in my mind, Anthony, how much you love and adore Laura. And I know that you will support her sense of adventure while also giving her a sense of stability that she needs from time to time. And just remember that love is a force that is something so powerful because you can't see it and you can't hold it in your hand, but it changes you in an instant. And it will be more valuable than any possession you'll ever own. So I don't have a free hand, so if you all would help me out by raising a glass to a long life of happiness and love for Laura and Anthony. Cheers!
Good evening. My name is Daniel Watkins. And for the next 40 minutes, I'm going to be your tour guide through the lives of Laura Cook and Anthony Watkins. Seemingly one of the impossible love stories of our time. My name is Daniel Watkins. Webster's dictionary defines wedding as the fusing of two metals with a hot torch. Well, you know something? I think you guys are two metals. Gold metals. I love you both. I wish you the best. Safe travels. And to Anthony and Laura.
So happy for you guys. Congratulations. I'm so glad that Anthony's Jim has found his Pam, his Dwight has found his Angela, and his Michael has found his Holly. Good wishes, guys. Best of luck.
Ever
It's like my little brother and cousin grew up and married each other. It's every big brother's dream.
It's changed. I have to go to
24/7.
baseball games now.
Baseball game. We're going to our first Cardinal game tomorrow night. They're playing the Cubs, so she's really excited for that. I can see it on her face. Can't you see it on her face? Look how excited she is. It's her project management at work to facilitate her personal project management.
You gotta be part of our
It's my nephew Oliver, and he wants to be part of the Talking Head, obviously. Oliver, say hi to the camera.
If you're gonna be in front of the camera, you gotta answer questions.
You got to answer the questions, Oliver. Yes.
There we go. Cool.
Yes.
Sounds good. All right, you guys are done.
Yay!
Awesome.
Oliver.